Good morning. I'm Pastor Steve, the Word Christian Fellowship. It's Monday morning, February 22nd. It's the last week of the month. Next week starts March, and spring weather is coming soon. That's a good thing. I'm not one that's a fan of winter or snow. I'm glad you could be with us today. I want to share something with you. You know, sometimes God calls us in the areas that we're just not sure what to do. We're not even sure that we can do it. Some of the things God asks us to do can be scary, so we kind of blow them off and say, well, that's not from God. I mean, we get this desire in our heart to see something done, but then we don't do it because it just seems like it's too much for us. Well, you know, in the Bible, in the book of Matthew, in chapter 14, Jesus comes walking the disciples on the water. And in let me get my glasses on here so I can read this. In verse 28, Peter said to him, he said, Lord, if it's you, command me to come to you on the water. And he said, come. And Peter got out of the boat and walked on water and came towards Jesus. Imagine that. In a storm, such a severe storm, they've been out there about 9 hours or better. They can't get anywhere in a boat. These are fishermen. And in this severe storm, when they see what they think is a ghost, but it's Jesus walking towards them, Peter wants to get out of the boat and come to him. The rest of the guys in the boat say, Peter's nuts. They must be thinking that. But sometimes God will call you into things, and people around you may say, you can't do that, or don't do that. But you know, if God's calling you, he'll make it possible. Nobody could walk on water without Jesus' help. Nobody could do some of the things that God calls us to do without his help. And people will tell you, oh, that's too much for you. Don't take that on. Well, let me tell you something. If Jesus is calling you, if you've prayed, if you've read your word, everything comes up into alignment that Jesus is sending you to do something or calling you to something, do it out of obedience to him and out of love and respect for him. Jesus will make it possible. And that's where the life gets exciting. Anyone can sit there and watch something happen, but it's something else to make something happen. It's something else to get out of the boat. I relate that to just coming to church and sitting in the pews or getting out of the pews when service is over and going out reaching people for Christ. You know, if you get involved with Jesus as he's calling you into service, it's amazing the things that can happen. You look at all the grace throughout the Bible. They didn't do anything great without God's help. Moses didn't part the Red Sea. God did it. You know, it was Jesus that turned the water to wine at the wedding at Cana. It was God that sent the great fish to swallow Jonah, but then caused Jonah to repent and spit him up and changed all the people of Nineveh. It was God that beat the prophets of Baal and Asher when they faced up against Elijah in 1 Kings 18. It's always been God. And it's God in your life. The God that made all these other people so great in the Bible is the same God you serve. You can do great things through him if you're willing to serve him. Don't be afraid to get out of the boat when God calls you. That's when the Christian life gets exciting. I hope God helps you, and I hope you look to him, and I hope you have a wonderful day. May God bless you and your day. See you again tomorrow. Be well.